Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me. What's going on with you guys? I've been trying to pump out these videos, man. Subscribe, like the channel. Hopefully you guys can hear it so more people can see the video. Somebody liked this video for you, so make sure you like it for them. You know, if you need to talk, if you need to vent, or you need anything custom made to your thing, your type of situation, just email me. It doesn't matter exactly where you're from. I'm just open to scheduling and being able to talk to people to make sure people can get through this stuff. So make sure you're listening to really good, great, genuine music. If you have dated a narcissist in your past, or you dealing with a narcissist and stuff, make sure you get some good quality music with some nice, good sound, really good music, because it can really help with that healing journey. So, another thing too, also stay off the social media. Your social media and their social media as well. So it'll just help with the healing journey. It's not easy healing from narcissistic abuse. It's never on your heart to leave somebody that you really care about. But I want to talk about why they ghost people and why they don't reach out. I'm gonna talk about this topic a lot on my channel, and I want to explain to you, for one, they're busy with new people. They're in the honeymoon phase with new people, and everything's going peaches and cream and all that good stuff, and this is an opportunity for them to avoid the accountability, that happened in y'all relationship. So they're overindulging because they've done so much stuff to you, so much wrongs to you, and avoided so many things in y'all relationship that you probably brought it to your attention. Y'all probably had arguments, conversations. You probably had different recommendations on how we can do what we need to do. But obviously, when it comes down, you're going to be dealing with somebody who lacks accountability. So when they meet these new people, and they in these honeymoon phases, and they tell them how great they are, how loving, how amazing they are, some of the same things that you told them when you first met them. And it's not only stroking their ego, but it's allowing them to avoid accountability and ownership of what they've done and how they destroyed your relationship. So they've done a lot of these things, and people think, like, if you're so great, so beautiful, so handsome, how can anybody let you get away or go away? Or all that's doing is like stroking a narcissist ego and reinforcing a false self in your relationship or the last relationship. And it's basically psyching themselves out of knowing that they're a bad person, because what's happening is, in their brain, they'll think, like, if I was a bad person, this person wouldn't be telling me how awesome I am. But deep down inside, they know how bad of a person they are and how bad they treat people. They just have to find a way to convince themselves that they're not that bad person. So that first number one major reason that they're not reaching out is because they're avoiding accountability. And the next reason is they haven't reached out yet is because it's not enough time has passed. 9 times out of 10, when you really love this person, and y'all go through the things that y'all go through, and y'all going through the motions, going back and forth, playing the mind games, the manipulation, and it's been just a it's hard, it's it's very stressful, and it's a headache. It's like a thunderstorm every day. Just a challenge. And they know that this is the most turmoil that you've been through in your life. And they also know that, you didn't put them through some things, I know I put my significant other through some stuff because, she's in lit some fires before. So it get to that little tick for tack when emotions are high on both sides. So, a lot of times what happens in these situations is they know that the stakes are extremely high and the standards are extremely high, and they're not emotionally ready, or they don't have enough energy to reach back out, or they know that they didn't piss you off beyond measure. And then they know that it's almost a guarantee, certified guarantee that you're gonna reject them. Like, they just know this. You gotta understand, if they get rejected, it injures them. It hurts their ego. It tears down their pride. It breaks down their pride. So what happens now is they understand and they know what they did. They know why they did it. They know what they said, and they also know the effect. And don't think they out here just hurting people and not knowing what they doing. So they get it, and they understand that you're hot, that you upset. They understand that you can't stand them at this moment, and they know that it's gonna take a decent amount of time for you to get over whatever you feel like they did to you, and they know that they did to you. So they're not gonna reach out because your standards, attention is just super high. And one more reason that they haven't reached out is because it'll make them look foolish. They do all this yelling, lying, cheating, telling their friends rumors. They done told their mama, they done told their brothers, they done told everybody you ain't this, you did this, they cousins, they sisters. They done told everybody, even the people at work, that you ain't this, you ain't that. And you gotta understand, everything's designed and crafted to make sure that you're the villain and they're the victim. Because when people break up, most people, 90% of people who avoid accountability and that are insecure, they have to change it to where they are the victim, because that helps them survive into the next situation. Like, if they, say she say, you know what, I was unaccountable and Michael told me to go to therapy to deal with a lot of my childhood issues in order for us to have a strong future. They know, like, anybody, to be honest, people know that I operate different, So a lot of people was mad at me already and stayed away from me because they knew they couldn't play with me like they play with other people that they brought around, So it'll make them look foolish because they didn't spread all these things about you. They done told these people that you were so bad. They done told people that, that you're just terrible, arrogant, you're not intelligent, you abusive, you didn't put their hands on them. They didn't say so many different things to make you seem like the villain, like you talking smack about them. They do anything, it don't matter. You be surprised, you didn't borrow money, like you to actually validate the fact that they fumbled you, that they lost you. And it looks so foolish if they reached out and tried to get back with you. And if they did, they'll try to keep you on some side chick, side dude type shit, because they can't let it openly be known that y'all back messing with each other. Because people gonna ask them like, hey, I thought he was, feel me? I thought, so they gotta put you in this time slot, this little side dude, side chick energy, because they don't want people to know that they're back messing with you, because of the stories that they said, and it automatically goes against the stories that they said about you, and they know this shit ain't true. The grass The grass is only green where you water it at, baby. And I've been watering my shit real well. So they know. And this is how they set a trap for themselves. They smear your name, thinking they put you in the cage, and it really puts them in the cage. They, they lie about you, they cheat on you, but really they don't know that they're building a cage around themselves to where they can't reach you anymore. See, they thinking when they spread lies and spread shit about your name and make false accusations, they thinking that it's destroying you. But in actuality, it's creating a cage which they no longer can have access to you without consequences. So this is how they shoot themselves in the foot and put themselves in that trap, because they really be wanting to come back. They really realize they make a mistake. They really be realizing that that person that they played you for really ain't about shit. It ain't really got no substance. It only make one of you. And they realize this shit. But the thing is, they didn't did so much damage control, that they didn't did so much perception management and so much orchestration, that they didn't map the plan to organize themselves right up out of a plan. And this goes for people who are not narcissistic. It could be sabotaging people too as well too, especially when it comes to the damage and control to protect your self-esteem, your pride, and your image. That the damage control have damaged themselves right out of opportunity to make things right. Because now if they reach back out, they got to be held accountable. Because then people going to be asking like, such and such is so bad, what you doing back with them? And any explanation outside of the truth ain't going to make sense. Well, they called me and they begged me and da-da-da-da-da. They going to automatically know. That person was that bad. Even if they calling and begging, you wouldn't have got back with them. So it'll debunk all the fucking rumors. This is why they ain't hit you up. I'm not saying that's why they won't come back, because a lot of them still do hit you up because they get desperate, because everything crumbles around them. God, life, universe, the stars, the rocks, all of that. The universe, everything has a natural way of humbling people and bringing stuff to the full surface. Same person you step on to get to the top, where you thought you were going, you're going to have to see them on the way down. When that ladder is falling, sorry about that, guys. When that ladder is falling, when the phone fall, they're not scared of heights. And you going to need them on the way down. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm not playing, man. If you need to talk, you need a vent, you need advice, custom made, just try to book a session with me. Reach out to me. All over the country, all over city, states, So just make sure, it doesn't deter you from reaching out to me and getting some help. I do weekend and evening sessions, but they are at my request. So if you don't see a designated time, just make sure y'all send me an email.